Hello, everybody. It's the Film Optimist. I'm just so perplexed because I have so many videos on my phone and there's no time popping up that it's like you gotta wrap this shit up. So I'm just waiting on them to cut me off. Them being the beings in my phone. Um, this is the tale of Despereaux. Based on the children's book of the same name, this is the story of Despereaux, a little mouse with a big dream. He wants to be a hero, the little scamp. I actually really dug this movie, much like with Dragon Hunters. See Dragon Hunters, my review on Dragon Hunters. I judged a book by its cover. I know, I am ashamed. Come on, how was I supposed to know? I saw trailers and this looked like shit, but it wasn't. There were a lot of unexpectations. There were a lot of unexpectations, which made this a pleasant experience. For example, the story first follows Rescuro, a rat who lose who ru- who loses everything and ruins everything by upsetting the king on soup day by killing the queen. Whoa. Then we get the slow transition to the origin story of Despereaux because he's the hero Dor deserves and not the one it needed up until this exact point in time. Yeah. Then there's the side story of the servant girl, was really nice as well. They really showed how a storybook to film adaptation is done. God, everything was strategically placed so well. This is a really good film. Watch it, you won't be disappointed. My mom said I need to see this. I bet money she has not, and if she has, she won't remember it. I don't remember it. I just remember really liking it. I know Emma Watson's in it. This is one of those movies that I was like, it's made by like French people or something, right? It was released. The animation was provided by Framestore Animation, British animation and visual effects studio based in Chancery Lane in London. Um, Released in the U.S. by Universal Pictures. I knew I was like this looks. It's narrated by Sigourney Weaver. I don't remember that. On a budget of 60 mil, it only made 86.9. Yeah, advertising, trailers, all this shit doesn't. You gotta start formulating your own opinion. I mean, trailers. It's hard not to judge a book by its cover. You see a trailer, you're like, that looks like shit. Then you go and you see the movie, and you're like, wow, this is actually really good. Or you'll see a trailer, and you'll be like, that looks amazing, and then it turns out being bad. Or like you'll see a movie that looks like it's gonna fucking suck, and you watch it. Sure enough, it fucking sucked. This was the case of oh, this looks terrible. It was really good. Matthew Broderick is Despereaux Tilling, the main character. Matthew Broderick, I was like, this dude is too old to be doing this, and I hate that I said that because he's the voice of Simba, my favorite film of all time, The Lion King. It's Matthew Broderick. Dustin Hoffman is Chia Riscuro, or just Riscuro. Emma Watson is Princess P, a human princess who befriends Despereaux. Tracy Ullman is Mig So, Princess P's servant girl. Ciaran Hinds. Yeah, he was in Harry Potter as Aberforth Dumbledore. Albus' his brother. I don't know if I said his name wrong. Say his name right. Ciaran Hinds as Botticelli Rimorso. Robbie Coltrane, another Harry Potter alum. R.I.P. Hagrid. He voiced Gregory, the jailer, and Mig's long lost father. Spoiler alert. Fuck, my bad. William H. Macy is Lester Tilling. I love William H. Macy. Especially from because of Shameless. But he was also in The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I think that's what it is. The third one, it's Jurassic Park 3. The Lost World is the second one. Tony Hale is Furlough Tilling. He's been in a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Whenever I see Tony Hale, I think of like a bunch of other different Tonys, and I see his face, I'm like, oh, that guy. Furlough Tilling. Kevin Kline is Chef Andre. Stanley Tucci as Baldo. Frank Langella as the mayor of the Mouse World. Frances Conroy as Antoinette Tilling. Richard Jenkins as the principal at Despereaux School. Christopher Lloyd as Hovis, the Thread Master in the Mouse World. Charles Shaughnessy as Pietro. Sam Fell as Ned. Patricia Cullen as Queen Rosemary. Jane Karen as Louise. Bronson Pinchot. 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 Pinchot as the town crier. McNally Segal as the teacher at Despereaux School. James Nesbitt as King Philip of Dor, and then Sigourney Weaver. Really good. Doesn't he? He goes to school at some point, doesn't he? Upon discovering Despereaux has violated mouse law by talking to a human, his parents Lester and Antoinette turn him over to the mouse consul to avoid blame. There's a lot of shit going on in this movie. I just remember really liking it. I did ask a question. I don't usually talk about Chat GPT on here, especially because it wasn't a thing when I started doing these reviews in 2020. If it was, it wasn't as well known. Um, but there's this age old. I don't think it's age old, but it's something that I figured out that was an actual like debate. Who would win in a fight, Stuart Little or Remy from Ratatouille? I can't believe this is actually honestly a question. You're talking about a street rat who steals versus this pampered, pampered's not a word. Pampered pompous. He's not really pompous. Let me look up the definition of pompous. Pompous meaning. Oh yeah, affectedly and irritatingly grand, solemn, or self-important. Yeah, he's not pompous. He's just pampered. He's spoiled little bitch Stuart Little is. Stuart Little would get fucking rocked by Remy. There's no fucking chance. But I asked ChatGPT, wait, who would win in a fight between Remy, Stuart Little, or Despereaux? Despereaux's a fucking sword fighter. My money's on Despereaux. It's a fun movie. Not much else to say about it, honestly. So, yeah, with that being said, you guys have a good one and take care.